What's going on, y'all? So listen. Girl. Oh, I'm a little chilly. What's going on, y'all? I know this is late. I know y'all was looking, well, y'all already knew it was late, but it's a little bit later than I thought it was gonna be. Because I thought this was gonna be the first video that I put up today. Let me tell y'all what happened, right? Okay, so I actually came home probably around 2 something today. You know what I'm saying? Was it 2 something or was it 1 something? It was 1 something, right? I was trying to find the episode online. Now, usually the episode will be up on the app and the website the next day. The episode was up, but it wasn't allowing it to play. I go onto the website, and it wasn't coming up. It was saying something about an error, and then I downloaded the app, logged in and all that stuff, and it was saying, oops, something went wrong on our part. And I was like, well, fix it. So I'm thinking it's just going to, be cool by the time I get to the house, because I wanted to watch it like in the last hour that I was in the car with my sis. And it just didn't happen. I'm thinking that by the time I get into the apartment, everything's gonna be cool. First of all, it didn't happen, okay? I was like, girl, what is going on? So I just had to go do everything else, and then it occurred to me while I was in the middle of doing a video that I have posted already now, the Love and Marriage DC, that, girl, why don't you check on demand? Okay, and I found it on demand, and the only drawback with on demand is that you cannot fast forward the commercials. So that was the only drawback, and that's what took it a little bit longer. But hey, y'all, I'm here, I'm queer, and we're gonna do it. I don't know where that went. I don't know where that was going. But hey, baby, we back, okay? Thank y'all for waiting. Thank y'all for understanding. I'm still on vacation. I just want y'all to know that. But, I'm home from my family. But anyway, Love After Lockup, like season 4, episode 16, The Car Chase from Hell. Girl, let's just get into this mess, okay? Because trifling. Aries and Cameron, I need them. Aries, you're dumb. I'm sorry, girl. I'm just going to have to put it out there. Baby girl, I don't know what it is that you are doing. I don't know what it is that you see in this man. I don't know because at the end of the day, you barely know this person. This person couldn't even stay out of trouble well enough to stay in a little halfway house for a whole couple of days. In like a day or two, he got caught with having alcohol on his breath because that was against his parole or whatever. He must have been drunk. He failed the breathalyzer. He had to go back into to prison or jail or whatever for the next 2 weeks, and then come out looking like a ragamuffin, and then gonna propose to you right in front of the correctional facility. Baby, don't play me. Do not play me, don't do me, don't cross go. Okay, you better keep on rolling across the street and do not cross my path. Do not play me like that, all right? I done spent all this time doing all this stuff for you, and the best that you can do is to get down on one knee in front of the correctional facility with no thought into this. Baby, you better give me pumps and circumstance. That's what you better give me, okay, after everything that I put up with you. No, and all of this is not necessarily because he loves Aries. No, this is because Cameron wanted to get out of the state and he want to go down there to Florida. And so because of this will help. If they're married, this will help with the parole, granting them access to go down there to Florida. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting here like, I can't trust you not to take a drink to the point of excess, to the point of you're getting flat on your ass drunk. I can't trust you for that because I left you alone for a few minutes, and next thing you know, 13 days I had to pick you up from the correctional facility. And now you want to go down there to Florida with me to do what? The same thing? Because if you can have trouble up in one state, in one city, baby, you can find it down in another. And in Florida, now, which part of Florida are we going? Okay, because that's hood central too, depending on which part, you know what I'm saying? He can get himself into some stuff too. And Cameron, he looked like the type of person that'll just find anything and everything to get his hands into. He already said he liked risk and he liked the danger of things, so there's that, Good thing they done finally trimmed him up or whatever, had him looking somewhat decent, okay? I just never seen somebody, well, yes, I have. It fascinates me when I see people who look old and young at the same time. You can't tell whether or not they older or younger, and then once you find out their age, you be like, well, wait a minute, what? You be so confused, and that is how I am with Cameron. Baby, they gotta go down to the courthouse and go get the marriage license. I said, Aries, you really going through with this? You really going through with this? I said, huh? And they also got to go ahead and meet up with his sisters and let them know we getting married tomorrow. I said, wait a minute, tomorrow or Saturday? One of those. And I'm pretty sure tomorrow is Saturday. So I'm sitting here like, what? This is what we're doing? I said, Aries, you really gonna do this? Meanwhile, they got to go to the studio. Cameron talking about, so, you know, since I've been locked up, the main thing that I've been thinking about the whole time was me being up in the studio. Oh, this how he's about. The main thing that I've been talking about the whole time is just me doing up in the studio, you know, me and my music and everything, you know what I'm saying? That's what I've been thinking, you know. I got lyrics for days, you know, everything got to pop up in that studio, got to do what I do. I said, put your neck down, okay? Put it down like here. You know, he look like Mutant Ninja Turtle. Girl, that's what he look like. Like, he ain't ugly, and he just got that, it's his jaws that give you that turtle feel. That's what it is. But he got a wide gape, okay? And so I'm just sitting here like, all right, you know, Aries have an issue with it, you know. She just don't want him to drink. He went to the parole, because you got to go to his parole officer or whatever, go meet up with them, come out a little bit later, and basically what he can do is, you know, he can go to certain places or whatever. They didn't grant him permission to go down there to Florida because he has to be in the halfway house and in the state of Ohio for the next 60 days. Now, I just don't understand, at least for the ones that are out, you know, for the ones that been out in the free world that's dating the inmate. And I'm pretty sure that you have seen like an episode or more of Love After Lockup. And most of the time, unless they completed their full prison sentence, 9 out of 10, they're going to be on parole / probation, whichever one you want to call it. And they're not going to be able to leave the state for a amount of time. They're not going to be able to go right away. So with that being said, I would never put it up in my mind thinking that, okay, let's go ahead and get this done or whatever, and we can go down there and get married, and we can go ahead and go on to the next state, all right? As if it's going to happen the very next day. That's how Cameron was thinking. Like, if we go ahead and get married, I'll be down there in Florida right then and there. No, baby. It'll help, but you still got to wait 60 days, okay? You know, they got to lock and load your ass into the system. That's what's going on. And so they was like, all right, cool. But, you know, Aries is talking about how she still got doubts and, you know, she feels some type of way about this thing moving so fast. And, you know, she got to call her daughter and, you know, she wants them to have this connection because they haven't seen each other yet. And I'm sitting here like, they talk on the phone or whatever, but yet they haven't seen each other. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes in some type of relationship, different types of relationship, you can develop a friendship or a romanticism or whatever type of relationship it is over the phone, FaceTime, you know, just talking on the phone or whatever. And then once y'all actually see each other, things can totally change. That vibe probably ain't that the way that it was. You know, it could just go haywire. And that could happen with that little girl. And I still feel a way about her letting her talk to that man. Okay? That ain't her daddy. All right? And that ain't your husband at the moment. You know what I'm saying? And it's just weird. It's just weird. With all these kids, male child, woman child, girl child, I don't like it. I do not like it at all for these inmates, whether who they are coming out and you are putting no kids in their vicinity and having them have this closeness to them and they don't really know them. And that's just, it's giving me To Catch a Predator. Okay, that's what it gives me. I mean, you know, we got to be safe these days. You just never can be too safe, you know. And it's like, Aries, it feels like we're the only one that's concerned about your daughter, your young daughter who is of puberty age. We're probably about to be there. And you finna let this fool around your child and you want him to play stepdaddy to your kid? No, he don't know nothing about. Do he got kids? Do he got kids? That's the question. But anyway, So then, you know, you got all of that. They go to the studio before they get up into the studio, because he did say that, you know, his parole officer said that he can, you know, drink, just not to the point of getting blacked out drunk and stuff like that. Aries don't want him drinking at all, okay? She's like, I don't want nobody around you drinking. I don't want to see you picking up no Patron bottle, no nothing. Girl, he said, what? I can't drink. Nah, sir. Because look what happened. The last time you drunk to access, and then you had to go to jail. Baby, they get up into the studio. They get introduced to his homeboys and everything. They in there smoking, they in there drinking or whatever. He tell them, we about to get married. They looking at her like, oh, okay, you for real about that? One of the homies had to go outside and be like, you know what? I was thrown off because every time I had a girl, he looked at me weird, like, why you with the bitch? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, so now you finna get married? I mean, I hope it'll work out, but we shall see. He get in the studio, in the booth. I'm listening. I said, oh my God. You guys, when it comes to music, this is why I can never be a music critic professionally. And I've said this multiple times, because I am very critical, all right? I listen to everything. And I've grown up in the era of great rappers, great singers, great pop stars. You know what I'm saying? Great alternative rock and, you know, metal and all of that stuff. So when I hear these kids today, these people today, oh, I said these kids, damn, am I that old? Wow. Oh my God, I just aged myself. These kids today. Oh. Anyway, when I hear certain new artists today, girl, I be like, what is this? What is this? Cameron got up in that booth and I was listening. And then I was listening. And then I was listening again. I said, oh, don't self-incriminate, because you talk about guns, you talk about drugs, you talk about a whole bunch of stuff on there. I said, you know they using lyrics or whatever to catch people up these days. You need to take that out, edit, unpaste, copy, and throw it in the trash. That's what you need to do. Cut and throw it in the trash. I'm just sitting here listening to the lyrics, and I was like, so this is the big rapper out of Cincinnati, Ohio? Okay, you know, you that big thing? I said, all right. But Aries, on the other hand, she was like, you know, I know he was a rapper, and, you know, I was a little nervous to hear him get in the booth, but when he got in the booth, oh my goodness, I was so amazed. Like, it was better than I thought. And I was just like, no, you're just a groupie. Because man, you one of his friends asked, so how did y'all meet? She said, I know Facebook Cameron, you know, Facebook Cameron, still Cameron in real life or whatever. I was like, oh, okay. And she just sitting there like, But see, she went from being cool with it, for when he came out the booth and they was like, yeah, that's good, homie, that's good, homie. They started popping bottles and he went straight to the champagne trying to open it up or whatever. It looked like some, I don't know. He started opening up the liquor and it looked like he had some a blunt in his hand as well. I said, you just got out of jail. You just went to the parole officer and you just, okay. All right, do what you do, boo-boo. Aries walked out. She walked out. Cameron looked and just kept on going. Listen, at this point in time, what can you do? Meanwhile, you know, he was like, he's going to meet up with his sisters. He got 2 older sisters. He is the youngest. I said, what? Well, how they look like? Why he look older than them? He look older than them. Okay. You could tell the older sister is the older sister. And that's not a bad thing. She's pretty, actually. Actually, both of his sisters look decent. But I do like the older sister a little bit better. Anyway, but I like the younger sister too because, you know, she funny. She is funny. Mama said, you know, we finna go, I'm gonna have to go to the ball to go get my dress or whatever, since you didn't pop this wedding up on us. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything works out between them. I hope it works out too, because if it don't, you know, hopefully everything go well, unless we gonna have to pull up, and the pull up, beat the pull up. I said, you know what? I get it. If you don't, you don't. You ain't got siblings, you don't understand. Anyway, moving on from that, so they meet up. You know, Aries, she was a little nervous to meet the sisters or whatever. She just want people to like, and that's how it is when you meet anybody. You just want people to like you, okay? You don't want no drama, and that's exactly what happened. And especially, she was more nervous also because their springiness on them. She asked this boy, did he tell his sisters about the wedding? He said, no, I'm just gonna tell them right there. I said, what? Obviously, they gonna know something's going on if I'm meeting at a tailor shop, a wedding tailor shop. Okay, and so when it popped up, you get the second oldest sister, you know, and he winds up telling her what's up, you know, and she was very receptive to Aries. And I will say this, and I will say this about his sisters. They were really nice. They were really nice to Aries. They could have came in and had a whole bunch of attitude when they saw her, and you know, comparing like what happened with Monique and Derek, even though Monique's sister started that mess, you know what I'm saying, and continuation of how that is. You see how you can be civil with a person even if you really don't know them. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way that they handled that whole situation. It wasn't no malice. It wasn't no ignorance going on. They were actually talking to her, getting to know her, learning about her daughter. And they were even concerned a little bit about the fact that she's bringing this man around her daughter, even though that's his brother, their brother. And they know, according to them, that he's a good guy. But it's like you're bringing this man around your daughter. So, you know, are you really... But they think that she loves him and they're in love and they hope it lasts. But hopefully everything goes well. I said, I would say end the thing, let it go. But they not, because they going to be on Life After Lockup next month. Moving on from that. Who else was on this? Justine and Michael. Now some of y'all starting to believe that, you know, their storyline may be a little fake. I don't know if it's because they don't have that much drama, that much juice to it. But one part, somebody said in the comments, listen, I feel like Justine and Michael is really just on here so that, you know, they can go ahead and promote their little whack ass jogger apparel, their apparel clothing line or whatever. I didn't say nothing bad. I just looked at the comment and I laughed. Because I'm looking at the replies like, what apparel? And who finna bag? Them Hanes sweatsuits that they be wearing. I died laughing to whoever said that. Because it was a little blurb in the middle of the episode where they was talking about Justine and Michael and the way they like to do the matchy match. Now let Justine tell us. Justine said Michael is the one that want to do all that stuff, and she said, I mean, who wouldn't want to match with me? But that was all his doing. And you did see him say, don't you want to match? Don't you want to match? That stuff do look good, you know, us matching together and all that. I said, also, Michael is a cornball. All right. I feel like Michael putting on the face, though. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to show his true self and on the camera because that's going to get him caught up. I feel like he's seasoned, okay? And what I mean by that is we going to act a certain way when the camera's on because you ain't finna catch me up and throw my ass back up in jail. That's what I'm getting from Michael right about now. And I can appreciate it because he's the only one that's doing it right. Everybody else is showing their natural asses. And I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But hey, it is what it is. So, you know, they're out there in Pennsylvania. He is from Rhode Island, and that's where his family is at. So he got his kids out there with him, and, you know, that whole situation, talking to the daughter, that was cute. The little daughter getting her hair done by Michael as Michael's getting his hair done by Justine. I don't know, call me corny, call me a sap or whatever. That was a really cute scene or whatever, you know, and they was waiting for the grandma to come pick him up. I was like, why grandma coming to pick him up? Okay, you know, so we've been having this ongoing debate about who has custody of these kids. The mamas got custody of the kids. And they said it in this episode because the grandma just picked them up and all brought them out there, but the mothers do not get along. Michael don't get along with the mamas because of what they did or what he did to him. You know what I'm saying? Cheating on them and all that stuff. And, you know, he's married now. And so what better it is to do to cut down on all the drama. he don't really need to see the mamas like that, not just yet, as long as the kids be able to see their dad. Give them to the grandma to bring out there to Pennsylvania and then take them right back to Rhode Island. And so that's what's basically going to happen. He feels some type of way that he does have to, can't spend that much time with his kids right about now because he has to go to the parole officer as well, and check in. But the grandmother and his sister, they come over with the rest of the kids and all that to come pick him up. I should say the rest of the family that's there to come pick him up. And remember when Michael and Justine had that conversation, and she did tell Michael, I will apologize to your mama for what happened, just as long as she apologized to me. So Justine was a woman of her word. She pulled the mama and the sister to the side, and she was like, you know what, we friends before this whole marriage and relationship situation went down. And, I did not like the way that whole situation went down between us the other day. Didn't mean to disrespect you the way that came off. But, I just really wasn't cool with what you said. And what it all boils down to, honestly, again, I do feel like the grandmother, especially now knowing that the grandmother is not the legal guardian of those children, of Michael's children at the moment. Their mothers are. She was overstepping. And she was just being an overprotective grandmother, voicing her opinion. And then in that moment, and I honestly don't feel like when I'm looking at it now that she intentionally meant to do that. It just came off that way. And so therefore, the communication got mixed up. The situation just got thrown out and it just went awry to a point where it should have never been and probably wasn't even trying to go. Egos and feelings got involved. And so therefore, I feel disrespected because you coming at my parenting. You feel disrespected because of the way that you talk. I'm talking to you because I'm reacting off of you. It was just a lot of mess that was going on. And I feel like it was very big of everybody to just come together and to work that stuff out, because at the end of the day, regardless, y'all still was friends first, right? So let's you worry about your people. I'm gonna worry about mine. Let's try to break this work. Michael tried to come on. I said, Michael, can you let them do this? You don't need to get up off of her tit and just let them do this by themselves. But he was like, y'all the most three important women in my life besides my kids. And I just want y'all to get together. I ain't want no mess to happen this soon. I mean, it can happen, but not now. You know what I'm saying? Not now. I said, all right, Michael. All right. Every time I look at Michael, Mario plays in my head. And y'all want to know what song it plays? Braid My Hair. Mind you, I don't know how to do hair worth the darn. I don't know how to braid hair, okay? But I will learn for him. I just want to play in his hair. I think that's just what it is. Because, baby, I really don't want to do nothing else. I don't want to do anything else. I want to run my fingers through his hair. Probably want to run my fingers through yours, too. I don't know. Okay? They go to the parole officer, girl, and he trying to get out there to be able to move around more freely. Baby, you just got out of prison. Michael is on probation for 20 years. 20 years, and anything could get him caught up. Even if he said, even if a cop just come knocking at the door asking, did we hear about something that was going on in the neighborhood, an incident that happened next door or whatever, or did we see so-and-so, baby, he can get locked back up or whatever. I said, oh my God, 20 years, you got to be on your P's and Q's, okay? Random drug testing and all of that. They can come over to the house at any time. You better be an angel, Michael. This your second chance, okay? 20 years on probation? Baby, keep me in prison. No, let me take that back. I mean, technically, you still ain't free because you can't do whatever it is that you want to do. But, of course, they gave him 60 days that he still got to be up in the state or whatever before he can freely move around, or they can revisit trying to give him more access to go to Rhode Island and all that stuff. And, of course, he feels some type of way. And what bothered me was the fact that Justine felt some type of way and then felt like, oh, it felt like I'm doing this prison sentence with you all over again. And I'm sitting here like, what? So we finna act like this over a 60-day period that you just got to serve in the city where you at for right now? That's 2 months. You can't hold off for 2 months? Or am I misinterpreting something? Because you do the 60 days, they come back, they reassess, and 9 out of 10, if you have not been in trouble and you've been on your P's and Q's, and the person that's your parole officer is a decent person, I'm pretty sure they're gonna let you move around. Okay? Baby, I'm sitting here looking at Justine like, girl, ain't nobody asked you to stay with this man. Like, anyway, moving on from that, and they're gonna be on Life After Lockup as well. Moving on from that, we get to Gabby and Chris. Gabby might be in jail later. Now let me tell you something. Chris. So Chris was wearing the shorts that I had. I said, "Oh, all right. So you wear champion shoes? They cheap as hell too. That's why you was wearing. I understand, and they feel so good on your body, baby. Let me tell you something. I will wear a champion sweatsuit in a minute, girl. That's all I was wearing at my mama's house. I was lounging, but I said, "This y'all house, bitch. This my house too. What you talking about?" Anyway, so he woke up after the whole mess that happened the night before. I'm going to assume he washed his ass before he went to sleep because I see that he changed his pants or whatever. But, you know, Gabby is up in that room like, I was thinking that we was going to go and, you know, have my man sleep up in here together with me, you know, being that this was his first night out from the halfway house or whatever. I said, why would you think that when you the one that kicked him out? Okay, you the one that told him don't come up into your bedroom. The whole time the bedroom door was unlocked. I said, y'all are not serious. Y'all are not serious. When Chris said, you know, I didn't like the way that things went down the night before. And, you know, I know she pissed and all that stuff, but I'm going to try to make it up to her. I'm going to give her some coffee. I'm going to make her some coffee. I said, make her some coffee. How you going to do it? Now, let me tell you what I thought he was about to do. Because I saw a big old pot on the stove, right? And y'all know that's one of the pots that's one of the pots I use to make spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? Spaghetti. And I said, what you about to do? You about to put some water up in that pot. You about to boil it or whatever. Put a little fan strainer for the coffee or whatever. Because I know you don't know how to do it on a coffee maker. That's what I thought, you know. Because let me tell you something. They get real creative in prison. And I'll tell you every time. I literally posted a video of somebody that put on TikTok. They was cooking breakfast. They cooked some breakfast burritos. Okay. I said, why is it that this man is eating this good up in prison like this and my refrigerator ain't got nothing up in it right about now? I mean, it got some, but it ain't got enough. I got to go to the store tomorrow. Okay. And I'm sitting here like, what? Mind you, I'm like, where you get the hot plate to cook this stuff? Girl, he done hooked it up from the electricity. He got the wires coming from the freaking light to the hot plate or whatever he was using, heating it up to make. I said, what? And when I tell you the breakfast burrito look good as hell, it look good as hell. I said, now Chris, you could do something your turn. What you learned while you was up in prison? Not a damn thing. He said, eat this brownie, okay? And he tried to play around with the Keurig, and he was like, I don't know how to make no coffee. I don't know how to make no coffee. I'll get her some juice. Chris got her some juice, and I said, I'm thinking it's going to be orange juice. Girl, it like some fruit punch, probably cranberry. I said, oh, so you finna have her pooping and shitting all day? Okay, go ahead, you know. So he go up in her room. The door, I said, so the door was unlocked this whole time? Or Gabby, did you wake up in the middle of the night and unlock it for him and he just didn't come in there? Which one is it? I don't like when people play games, okay? You kick me out, and you keep that door locked the whole time. Because I ain't going to, you could do that because I ain't going to attempt to come up in there. I'm not going to beg and chase you. Chris probably fell the fuck out and just went to sleep. Y'all had him running across that whole city all damn day. He was tagged. You know? And so he come up in there. He was like, hey, baby. She was like, I got you some breakfast. And she was like, that's not breakfast. I said, girl, it's the thought that count. Okay, you just a little too much. All right. He was like, well, it's breakfast to me when I was up in prison. She was like, well, I take the juice. And I was just like, all right. You know, I'm sorry, baby, about everything that happened. You know I love you or whatever. Can I get a kiss? I said, oh, all right. So next thing you know, he all up on top of her and everything. And I said, let us go out. Bag the cameras back. Take me out the group chat. Take me out of this chat. It's supposed to be a one-on-one type of situation. I don't feel like I'm supposed to be watching this and I don't want to watch it. Okay? And so, you know, all I hear is, you love me, you love me, you love me, you love me, you love me. I love you. You love me. I was like, all right, take us out. Take us out. Okay, zoom the fuck back. Meanwhile, he was like, I guess they did what they did. She all dressed up. He was like, where you going all dressed up like that? She said, I gotta go down there and see my mama. And what you talking about me being dressed up? This is what I regularly wear. And so he gotta go see his parole. And then, they have a little conversation. He was like, you know what? Gabby, the girl for me or whatever, she the one that I chose. She the one that I want to be with. And you know what, Gabby, like, I'm sorry for all that stuff that went down. I'm sorry for making you feel the way that you felt. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting rid of everybody, I don't need no other girls. I don't need nobody else. All that stuff, playtime is over. You the real thing. You my wife and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was like, if only I didn't know what I knew about you, I would have failed for this. And she was like, all right. So he finna get ready to go see his parole. He go outside, girl. He go outside and he noticed the car. He was like, wait a minute, this my car? This her car, right? But this my car because my settlement money was the one that paid for it, right? Okay, so what is it doing sitting out here? Now, then she just tell me that, that the car was up in the shop, huh? The car was up in the shop. And you had me going from train to train to train in the car right here. Gabby, so Gabby had to come outside, had to tell her what's up. She up here lying all her face off. Then come to find out, no, the car wasn't in the shop. She just can't drive the car because she has a suspended license. And, she was supposed to be getting she tried to speed away from a cop when they was trying to give her a speeding ticket. Dumb. Okay? And so therefore, she got to figure some stuff out with that. Then she got to tell him that, oh, it's a possibility that I might be going to jail because of something. And he was like, for a speeding ticket? She was like, no, for something else. And then she was like, I'm not going to tell you all with these cameras. Cut the cameras, okay? Come over here and cut the cameras. I'm not going to tell you in front of these cameras. So you mean tell me you ain't going to tell me what's going on? I said, Chris, she just said, I'm going to tell you, but not in front of the cameras. I'm not putting this on the cameras, okay? So eventually, he was like, you ain't gonna tell me, and you up here talking about me, and you the one a liar. You the one a liar. I said, oh my goodness, this is a mess. I know the neighbors just be outside looking like, what is this? Like, here to go again. Here we go again. There goes the neighborhood. Meanwhile, he finds out what it is, and he was like, you ain't have to lie to me about that, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to hold you down, and you ain't even got to worry. You got the lawyer. Listen to what the lawyer got to say. Your lawyer going to do right by you. And her whole thing is she just a little concerned about the fact that if she possibly go to jail, and then she get out, her and Chris can't stay in the same house together because it's going to be two felons. You know what I'm saying? And then what's going to happen if she do go to jail? He can't be in there by himself because he ain't gonna be able to pay for it. He ain't gonna be able to pay for it, because she spent up all his money. Meanwhile, she get to the lawyer's office and she tell him what's up, and then we really find out what the charge was. Basically, she got charged with assault and making terroristic threats or whatever. I said, Gabby, you look like the type that'll say some mess out the side of your neck, okay? You really do look like the type that think that you could say whatever to get away with whatever. She basically got into it with a bouncer. She said she was trying to protect her cousin, be super save her cousin, because her cousin got into it with somebody at the club or whatever, and she wound up fighting with the bouncer. Probably injured him or her or whoever it was, and so therefore she got charged with assault and all that other stuff, and she could be facing some years up in prison. All right. And so now they got to figure that out. And the main thing I got out of that is the lawyer asking, because he was laughing at her. There was multiple times where he laughed at her. I said, oh wow. But trying to make it funny or whatever, trying to lessen the mood. But she said she wanted to go to trial. I said, girl, you might as well just go ahead and plead out. At this point, I just feel like you need to just go ahead and plead out. Moving on from that, I need them to get away from them. Get away from each other, please, okay? Moving on from that, Mr. Nathan, get him off the show. Let me come to y'all real quick. We TV. I don't know who does the vetting process, and I don't know who does the editing. And I don't understand how come Y'all keep on doing this because this is not the first time. Y'all get these white people that come on here with troubled backgrounds, as we already see and we can tell because of the show and what it's about. And then they, either them or the people that's associated with them, have the audacity to get on camera and to say the N-word. And y'all absolutely positively done nothing about it. You don't call it out. You don't put up a a warning or whatever, you know, to say something about it. You know, we don't condone this or nothing like that. You do absolutely nothing but blank out the word. And as I'm looking at it, that's the only word that fit that goddamn thing. And I'm sitting here like, really? Really? Let's just go there. So Nathan, at this point, I told y'all Nathan was crazy. At this point, this man needs to be off the show and he needs some psychiatric help. Because it should not be no reason on this earth why you are this possessive and why you are this angry. You are so fast to get angry. That is not healthy, okay? That is not healthy. That is scary. That is scary how much you exploded over something so small. All right? Granted, she was in the wrong. She was in the wrong. But at the same time, you were more so in the wrong because of your reaction. But this is what had happened. Now, see, last week, and shout out to everybody that hit me. Shout out to my fellow, what I want to call y'all. Y'all, I was around so many white people this weekend. But they was nice as hell. My mama had a whole conversation with a lady up in the dollar store. I'll talk about that in another video. I was sitting there looking like, girl, can we get up out of here? They up there chit-chatting, and it was an older woman. I was just like, God damn. I'm ready to go. I'm hungry. Why are we still standing up here in the dollar store? Because she just want to talk. They just wanted to talk and talk and talk. And I was like, oh, can we go? Anyway, you know, shout out to my fellow, I was about to call y'all pink ladies. I was about to call y'all the pink ladies, but it's white men that watch me too. You know what I'm saying? Side note, y'all know they doing the Grease, the pink ladies on Paramount, right? I'm gonna watch it, but I don't feel like it was needed because don't touch Grease, y'all. Tried it with Grease too. Okay, but I'm still gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? Because I do love me some Grease. But yeah, we're gonna call y'all the pink ladies because y'all responded. Y'all responded and y'all told me about the hair situation because I was really confused. And y'all basically said it's mostly the money that's being spent to tint the hair and dye the hair and all of that stuff. Somebody said, girl, I put my hair up in a style and then it was flat an hour or so later. I said, oh my God, wow, I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad. But thank y'all for clearing that up for me. I truly did appreciate it, baby. This is a learning channel at the same time because I be learning from y'all. Y'all be learning from me too. But anyway, so she was coming back from getting her hair done. Remember, she couldn't get in contact with Nathan or whatever. Nathan wasn't answering or whatever. I'm concerned, you know, because I've been with somebody who, a couple of people who had addiction and then, you know, they died from it. I said, are you sure that's what happened? But anyway, you know, that's neither here nor there. So Miss Skyler get to the house and she was like, Nathan, oh my God, Nathan, oh my God, what's going on? I'm sitting here like, what happened? Is he dead? What's going on? Check his pulse. Can he breathe? Girl, he is laying in the bed asleep. She was like, oh my God, so you mean to tell me you've been here this whole time? It's like 5:30. I've been calling for the past 4 hours. I said, if it's 5:30. And you've been calling him for the past 4 hours. So that means he's been there since 1 or 1:30. And you mean to tell me what job Nathan got that gets off at 1 o'clock? That's a part-time job in the morning? 9 to 1? Okay. And no wonder why you're staying at your grandmama's house. But that's understandable. You just got out of jail too. So he woke up and the way he woke up was like he was about to cuss her out. He was about to cuss her out. Now, on the one hand, I would have understood that because please don't interrupt my sleep. That's one. But at the same time, it was a different type of look like, bitch, how fucking dare you? It was one of those type of looks. But it felt like he caught himself because Gracie was there at the same time. And then Skyler just kept on going, well, why didn't you answer your phone? Why didn't you do this? I was just so worried about you. I mean, you could have told me. He was like, I can't come home and take a nap. And I said, I know you ain't finna get no attitude over her acting a possessive, concerned, quote unquote, about your well-being when you be acting possessive for no reason and your thing be times 10. And I said, well, Skyler, just calm down. He there, he breathing, it's okay. They're about to go out. Gracie go home or to the halfway house or whatever. They go out on a little date. He was like, you beautiful, you're gorgeous. And I was like, she just got on a t-shirt and some camouflage pants. But I mean, all right, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's how you're supposed to do when you're in a relationship, though. You're supposed to hype up your babe, even though they just in the simplest stuff. Baby, you could be dressed down, and I'm going to be like, look at you. Look at you looking how you look. All right. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Girl, they sit down, and they order some food. Everything was going well, right? Then all of a sudden, Skyler's phone started ringing. Okay, it felt like she got a text message. So she was answering the text message. Next thing you know, a FaceTime was coming through. And this dude, I think his name was Dustin, he answered the phone, okay? He was FaceTiming her. And she was about to answer the phone, and she did. He was like, really? That's what you gonna do? Wow. So I'm just here by myself on our date, you know what I'm saying? So you just gonna answer the phone, some other man or whatever. And she was like, just hold on, babe, just hold on. Baby. Now, see, let me tell you something. Nathan, I was with you. I was with you, not getting pissed, but I was with you feeling some type of way about, baby, if we on a date, put your phone away, okay? Put your phone away. That's what you need to do, all right? And do not answer. I think that was so rude that Skyler went on ahead and answered that FaceTime when it was not from anybody important. It was not from her brother. It was not from her mother or a family member. It was from a friend that you could call back later, okay? It was no need for you to answer that phone, and especially a FaceTime at the table right then and there. That was rude, and I understand him being a little pissed off or a little perturbed about that. But he escalated that, because once you reached over there and you grabbed that lady's phone and you hung up on her after you said, what's up? What's up? I said, first of all, the bird in me felt some type of way. And I was like, oh, bitch, I will fuck a nigga up if they ever do some shit like that to me. But at the same time, I'll probably be slightly turned on, just a little bit. But then I'll be like, this is a little dangerous and I don't know how to feel about this. I think I might need to get away from him or her. That's what I would feel about. You know what I'm saying? I would be going through all of that type of emotion. But in this situation, I said, how dare you? How dare you? Because then the dude kept on calling back, and he answered the phone again, and he was like, why you keep on hanging up on me? Why you keep on hanging up on me? You doing some stuff like females doing. That's what you doing. Click. He hung up on him again. When he called back, he said, I ain't looking for you. I'm looking for Skyler. I said, oh my goodness. Why is dude keep on calling back, okay? Skyler's like, what the hell are you doing? And at this point, Nathan like, I don't fuck that nigga. He said, fuck that nigga, something like that. All I know, he said the N-word. He said, what you think, I'm a bitch? You know what I'm saying? We sitting here having a dinner date, and you gonna call somebody, you answering the phone, and you got some dude calling you and all this stuff. She was like, oh my God, he's my friend, my childhood friend that's probably just calling to see if I'm okay and trying to see like, oh my God, congratulations, you're out and all that stuff. And I said, that's well and fine. He could have did that early in the day, or you could have called him back. You didn't have to answer the phone. You didn't have to answer the phone during this date. So that's where you went wrong, Skyler. But where Nathan went wrong was when he pulled your phone and he hung that thing up and he kept on hanging it up and he just went clear, smooth off. And then got up and went over there on her side, and she told him to sit down. She was like, he said, get up, come with me. She said, why don't you sit your ass down? I said, Now, see, right then and there, I would have been like, no, you're going to have to go home on your own, and I'm going to have to find somewhere else to stay, because at this moment, the way that you so heated, I just, this a scary moment right here. He was just so bucked up. I said, what? Bruce Banner, Hulk, You have to calm down because you feel like you transforming. You going through a transformation right about now, and I don't like what I'm seeing, okay? I said, why are you just mad just because she answered the phone? That was no reason to get that mad that you couldn't get back to the dinner. Granted, I get it that it was some other guy on the phone, and he says you wouldn't have liked it if it was some girl on the phone. That's true. But you just, why we don't know how to act in public? Why we don't know how to act in public? Why do we have to make a scene? I'm talking about everybody. This is a universal concept because everybody be doing this stuff on this show. I'm sitting here like, so this is what we're doing. We gonna further embarrass the situation and bring more attention to it because you want to get up in your feelings because you are so insecure of a man. You are so possessive of a man. I said, what? He was like, all right, fine. You gonna make me leave here by myself? You gonna make me leave for She said, listen, I'm eating. Mama sat there and finished eating her food, and he came out there and he drove off in that car. And then gonna call her back and gonna say, so you just gonna let me leave by myself? You're not gonna come out here? And it was like, I'm eating. What are you talking about? He was like, well, I already left. I said, see, I don't like these type of mind games that he's playing. Next thing you know, some dude come over there to her, give her a drink and say congratulations and all that stuff. And I don't know if he was on FaceTime with her or if he was on the phone. Either way, he heard the guy and he was like, so this what you gonna do? This what you gonna do? Huh? I'm finna come over there, I'm finna beat that bitch ass. I'm finna come over there, I'm finna come back. I said, what? You finna do what? Do you know this motherfucker did a U-turn and came back to the restaurant? Where is he? Where is he? So you just gonna let somebody give you a drink? You gonna do this and all this stuff or whatever? I'm sitting here like, and I think he said the N-word again. And I'm sitting here like, are you serious? And then you're gonna say something. So you gonna leave with me? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Next thing you know, Skyler is like, check please. I said, and you gonna get in the car with that? Now see, she said this is the first time that she ever seen him act like this. And I feel like she lying. And it's making me go back to when she said that, you know, she had missed curfew because of him and, you know, getting arguing with her. Now somebody put in my comments and it's gonna say, it ain't his fault. She was a willing participant because she could have went on ahead. Yeah, you see how this fool acting. You see how this fool acting. I would not be surprised if he had her locked up in the car with the child safety locks on the car door. That's what it feel like. And just going on for hours about this stuff. Mind you, did y'all see that junky ass room? Now, let me tell you something. Is my room junky before I start talking? No, it ain't. Okay, I just got some clothes right here and that's it. Okay, all that shit on that bed. And you talking about something you want to propose to her and you was going, girl, I said, Nathan, you need to get yourself together first. Okay, you need to get yourself together first. Don't propose to nobody while you laying up in your grandmama decrepit ass house. You can't even fold the stuff up on the bed. All right, no, you can't put the stuff up in the drawers. We ain't finna get married. Put that ring back. Okay. Moving on from that, Monique and Derek. I need them to be for real. I guess they was the comedy aspect of this whole show for this week. Okay, and guess what? They're gonna be on Life After Lockup as well. And that bitch gonna tell him, Derek, I think I might be pregnant. All right. All right, girl. But let me tell you something. Remember last week when they was coming back from his grandma, seeing her in the hospital or whatever? And then they get in the car, and then the producers getting up in the car. They was like, who is that? Who is that? Somebody was rolling up in a white car. They kept on following them. Monique is driving the car right now, right? And they telling her, girl, it was Bonnie and Clyde. I said, let me tell you something. Monique, you wanted this man. You want to be a ride or die. You don't know the definition of being a ride or die. Because ride or dies, they don't crash under pressure. You was crashing under pressure, okay? You was falling. You was faltering. You was just coming to pieces. And I said, fuck it up, man. I said, you better stand up, okay? You better stand up. When I say floor this goddamn car, you better floor this goddamn car. That's what you better do. She was like, I don't know what I gotta do. Like, when am I gonna tell you? I was so scared. I said, you scared of what? Because the car was coming behind them. I said, this is some fake shit. But at the same time, I said, I'm thoroughly entertained by it. Because I said, what in the theatrical show is going on? Did I change the channel? Baby, they was up in that car for a good 15 minutes. And we was just looking at this slow motion chase, okay? I said, floor it, Monique. Monique was like, I don't know what to do because I'm how far we gonna pull up? No, don't switch cars because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Who is that? I think that's your sisters. I don't know who that is. It was some girls up in the car. He was like, yeah, I know it's some girls up in the car too, but you don't know who was up in that back seat. Oh, this was the car that was sitting next to us the whole time. Baby, the producers was all amping it up too. I said the producers ain't shit. I said, get this off of my screen. How long we gonna watch this mess, okay? They finally lose the car. And then, you know, they finally get to the hotel, Monique was being extra the next day, you know, because she's so shaken up. She think it's his sisters that was coming after them. You know, it had to be. Derek just want to get away from her for right now, okay? Derek said if she found out, he knew who it was in the car because he was a little bit too calm. And I knew that he knew, okay, because he was a little bit too calm. And he confirmed he knew who it was. And the way that he was putting it was like, if she finds out who it was, it's going to blow up the spot and it's going to be bad or something like that. Monique ain't going to like it or whatever, because Monique did keep on saying, like, you ain't got no enemies, dude. You ain't got no enemies. You ain't been up in this hood or whatever for the past 9 years. So who could be your enemies and all this stuff? And this is why I want you in the hood. And, you know, I want to do this and do that. I want to switch the cars and all that stuff because I don't trust nobody, you know, because that could have been your sisters or whatever. He was like, yeah, it could have been. He's just so matter of fact about stuff. It's so nonchalant. And I'm sitting here like, Monique, read between the lines. The man is not that scared. He's not scared at all. He's not worried about it at all. So therefore, that would instantly tell me that he knows more than he's putting out, okay? And so you acting all extra scared and, you know, I just want to be there to protect you. I said, girl, let that man do what he got to do. He was like, well, I'm finna go to the store. I need to go get some clothes or whatever. I said, well, who money? I guess that $9,000 check that he put up in the bank, I guess. So he about to go shopping, and he was like, put that app on my phone so I can get the Uber. And she was like, why you want to ride the Uber or whatever? Because I want to get to the store. You up here trying to go drop the car off. He was like, we can do two things at once. I said, Monique, this is why people don't like her. Because they feel like she's controlling. And that is exactly what it is that you're doing. Let that man breathe. I understand that you got a short amount of time with this person, but if he wants to go to the store by himself, let him go to the store by himself. If he want to go take a piss by himself, let that man take a piss by himself. Okay? 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 Put that insecure bullshit to the side because I'm tired of it. It's making you and us look bad, and I'm just not here for it. Because we ain't all like that. God damn, get your shit together. I'm sitting here like, girl, I said, Derek, what's the issue? Who was in the car? Who was in the car? Okay? But anyway, that was Love After Lockup. She was like, I'm scared. I said, Monique, I wanted to slap her. Snap out of it. Throw this motherfucker, Frankie. Get up there, Frankie. Cleo, you better set it off in this bitch. Anyway, let me get up out of here, y'all. Again, I apologize for the lateness. I tell y'all next week it'll be on time. For here on out. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. Y'all know I hate putting up videos this late. I really do. But anyway, I'll see y'all later. Peace.